Just us.
Just us.
The Golden State Warriors were due an easy game, and there was a worry that they might unnecessarily make easy game hard. But thankfully, that wasn't the case. We had an easy breezy win in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans?
New Orleans.
New Orleans?
New Orleans. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Home of Kevon Looney currently, who did not play against his former teammates. He was out. Assume they're resting him because they are taking on Oklahoma City tomorrow. Neither was Jordan Poole wasn't there.
Well, he was there,
injured.
but he was, in street clothes.
Yeah. And then Zion was also there, but not playing.
I almost didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
He looks very different.
Looks like half a Zion.
Yeah, he basically is.
Yeah, he is, yeah. I mean, he previously was two Zions.
Yeah.
Which was the main issue for a lot of people. Not me, though, because I've been 5 times, so...
So the Warriors won 124-106. It was their third win in a row. They're currently in the midst of a 6-game road trip, and they're 3-1 now on that road trip. So as a reminder, they beat the Spurs twice on that baseball series, and then they won this game. The one game that we lost on this road trip was OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's, it's a pretty strong showing, just given that the team was lacking defense and identity, and there were a lot of questions that people had about the team's cohesion and their want for, wanting to do good and wanting to win. I feel like these wins have helped erase those questions or that narrative. I
don't know if I agree. I think it's a encouraging sign. I don't think they're out of the woods yet. I think that this game certainly doesn't contribute to me feeling a little more confident. I think what it does is contributes to me feeling a little more confident that they're getting reps in, they're getting some experience to kind of shake off the rust and the cobwebs. But sadly, this team didn't really challenge them. And maybe I'm too much of a perfectionist, or what I expect from the team is unfair, but for me to be as confident as I want to be, this win needed to be more decisive and have less issues. And the problem we had was still issues, turnovers.
21 for the game.
Can you turn something for me? But more importantly than that, the shooting was very inconsistent. If it wasn't for young Moses Moody, we would have been in a lot of trouble. Steph was just cold the entire time.
Steph didn't score until there was 6 minutes left in the third quarter. So he didn't hit a field goal in the first half. But Moody made up for that. So
for sure.
Moody had the hot hand in the first quarter. He made, I think it was like 7 threes in the first quarter alone.
That's pretty good.
Which is crazy. So he tied Clay and Steph. They're the only 2 other Warriors who have had 7 or more threes in a quarter.
Yes. Which... he was due one of those, and he deserves one of those. But like you said, he was the only one he wasn't the only one scoring. He wasn't the only one scoring threes, but he was the one doing it most consistently, and he was the one that was driving the rest of the team to do better.
Yeah, what I liked is that in the first quarter, we came out with some offensive intensity. The Warriors had 44 points in the first quarter, which is the most in any first quarter, the most points in a quarter this season.
A quarter this season, yes. Which is good.
It was good, and I thought the defense was pretty good, but then they cooled down a lot in the second quarter.
Too much, and I think that's partly because the intensity to begin with was probably not sustainable, but it's also an issue that I think the Warriors do have, where they get a lead, it looks good, then they take their foot off the gas, and things can quickly go downhill from there. I think they're doing it less and less as the season goes on, but they're still liable to lose focus and start behaving like little freaks on the court and missing basic shots, missing layups, not passing properly, trying to do fun stuff with their passing. You know what I mean?
Definitely. We certainly did need Jimmy Butler, the regulator, to come in and help with the pace of the game. Yeah, and he did. So he was 6 of 8. He ended up with 18 points. He had a plus 21. He also had 10 assists. Unfortunately, he also had a team-high 6 turnovers.
Yeah, he's the main person that I was like something was up there. It felt like he wasn't all completely engaged. Having said that, he did step up in the moments that mattered, and he was consistent for the rest of the. He had some wild passing um, attempts which were successful. That one behind the back was insane. But yeah, he's not his usual pristine, clean play style, or as close to it as he likes to get. But nevertheless, impactful and essential to the team and the win today.
Yeah, and I think in looking at the box score, all of our starters, so it was Jimmy, Draymond, Steph, Moody, and Will Richard, all of them were plus double digits in the plus minus. If you look at the Pelicans starting lineup, all of them were minus. So, I hadn't heard of a lot of players on the Pelicans, and I like to pride myself on knowing a lot of players on other teams.
Yeah.
I just literally did not know very many of them.
Yeah, I think in the pregame, a lot of people were talking about how it was pretty much entirely a young team. A significant number of them, or a few of them at least, usually on the bench. But given that the stars are not in play, they need to step up. And to be fair, they played well.
They did.
They fought hard. They played well. I think I was going to say maybe another team they would have beaten, but no, I don't think that's accurate or an accurate representation of the skill. They have tenacity
They
as
do.
young players.
The main storyline for the Pelicans right now, they're 2-11, so they've only won 2 games this season. Their head coach was fired yesterday.
Yes.
So that was the main narrative. Willie Green used to be on the Warriors coaching staff, and this was his 5th season coaching the Pelicans. And I don't feel like he ever got a fair shot because Zion was in and out of the lineup. They got Poole and Looney, and, not all 3 of them have gotten to play together this season, and they made a decision to let him go. So I don't know if the team cohesion is necessarily there. It seems like they've had a pretty rough or kind of up and down past few years.
Yeah, I mean, like that lack of time is very, very unfair. And it kind of speaks to why they were going so hard today. Usually, as you know, the commentators were talking about, when you have a changeover of coaches, usually the game immediately after that or the first 2 games, they teams tend to play their like brains out, going crazy with it.
That's what happened when we played Portland earlier this season.
Yeah, and they smoked us for
They did.
so many. Yeah, it was exactly the same. Thankfully, I think the Warriors managed to keep this one under control, which is good, like we said. But yeah, I do. I'm not. I don't pay attention to too many other teams closely as I do the Warriors. Obviously, I'm intrigued to see what happens with the Pelicans, especially considering they do have a lot of talent there, especially with Zion and Kavan and Moses as well. But we will see. We will see how that goes. I do hope they pick it up a bit.
Yeah. And I think this game for me showed that we don't need Steph Curry scoring, 45 points in every game in order to win. Today he was 2 of 11, scored 9 points, but other players like Moody, Jimmy, even Buddy kind of stepped up in multiple ways. Pod stepped up big time coming off the bench.
Which you were saying it feels like he's much better and feels more natural coming off the bench and Moody starting.
Exactly.
And I think I agree with that. There's something about Pod starting that kind of puts him in a weird situation where he starts missing shots that he should be making. It's very strange, but maybe he's slowly realizing that as well. And my hope is he doesn't have a big ego and is okay with coming off the bench, unlike some other people, Kuminga.
Yeah, and I think he is. I think there's certain players that they just want to win.
Yeah.
No matter how they get there, they want to win. Steph is one of those players.
For sure. Yeah, good game. I think we needed a less stressful game after the last 2. I think overall we're looking good for the road trip, which when it started, it did not feel like it was going to be a good road trip, especially given who we were going up against. The Spurs going, in the baseball series, and now where we're at. At the very least, we come back off this road stretch with 3 wins,
Exactly.
which is ideal. But hopefully, next game we win as well.
And a quick look ahead to the rest of the week. We have a back-to-back. The two last games on this road trip. The first on Tuesday against the Orlando Magic, and then on Wednesday versus the Miami Heat. And then the Warriors are back home on Friday for a Warriors Cup or an NBA Cup game. We'll be there.
Yes, we will.
Friday night basketball.
Love it. The games against Magic and Heat, very winnable, but there's been a lot of games this season that are very winnable, and somehow we've managed to lose them. I think the interesting storyline with at least one of them is the Heat game. Jimmy Butler, former Heat player, didn't leave on the best terms. Lost his joy somewhere in Miami. Found it again in San Francisco. But then again, has a coffee shop there, so maybe he'll be loving it. And then I'm not 100% sure, but we were trying to figure out whether we've played Miami since trading Wiggs to them. So potentially, this could be a reunion with Wiggs.
Yeah, it's nice to see former players thriving on other teams.
He's doing good on. I saw a few clips of his from the Miami days, and I think he got a game-winning dunk.
Yeah.
Which was wild. And Wiggs has got the nicest smile in the NBA.
Yeah.
He smiles so big. He smiles so wide. I genuinely miss Wiggs.
I miss him too.
Yeah.
I miss Wiggs. I miss Looney.
Yeah. From the good old days. Give them back. Give us back Wiggs and Looney.
I would love that, to be
Yeah.
honest. Boobies and Butthole. And as a reminder, this is our Peak and Pit, Rose and Thorn, just branded in our own way. It's what we do on a daily basis at the dinner table for
The
our
most
personal
salacious
lives.
way possible.
Yeah, we talk about what's good, what's bad. Tell me what you thought, Tam, about the game.
What was good? We won. That
Yes.
feels like a good one. And then we had, I think, obviously, the other good part was Moody finding his form, finding his feet, really getting his threes up and them going in. I think that's going to be a big confidence boost for him and for Steve Kerr as well and the rest of the team, knowing that he's starting to feel himself. What about you? Oh, no, I need to talk about my
What's your butthole?
butthole.
Let's hear it.
Steph's shooting wasn't great, which I'm okay with. I would rather he have these spells of, cold shooting at times where the team we're playing is very beatable by everyone else on the team. And again, he contributed nevertheless.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll start with the butthole. For me, it was, I think, also Steph's subpar shooting. But I like that he still ended up in the plus category on the plus minus. I think that was one of the good things that I really liked is that he stuck with it. And also that Moody had a fantastic game, a career high. I'm really proud of him. We need to see that. We need to see that more, which I'm excited for.
Steph and Draymond both played below 30 minutes prior to this Orlando Magic and Miami Heat back-to-back road trip, which is good positioning coming up ahead. We'll see how that goes with Magic next. It should be a win, but as you know, they can make it stressful.
Yes. Let's hope for a very low stress game.
Yeah.
Lots of garbage time.
Yeah,
hope we
let
have,
Pat
like, a really big-
Spencer.
Yeah, the bench players went in with, I think it was 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but let's try and get them a full quarter of play
Yeah, I
time.
would love that.
That would
I
be
love
great.
that. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you on Tuesday. Just us on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Just us.